Hi, I'm Ben, and today I will be discussing how three inventions made during the 7th century to 1750 changed people's understanding of geography, astronomy, how they perceived the world, and their place in it. The first is the Copernican Revolution, the second is the first telescope, and the last but not least is the first accurate maps and globes. Number 1. The Copernican Revolution. The Copernican Revolution started when Nicholas Copernicus published his theory of how planets in our universe were arranged in a book called the Commentarilius in 1514. His theory was that the Sun was in the center of our galaxy and that Earth and other planets orbited around us, as shown on the right side of the diagram. Before this period, people believed in the Ptolemaic theory shown on the left side of the diagram. The blue dot in the middle of the diagram is the Earth. The Sun and Mars, the one with the slightly odd loop, orbit around it. The Catholic Church used this theory to explain why stars and other planets moved around in the sky. The Earth was in the center because it was, according to the Church, more important than anything else, even the Sun. When Copernicus published his theory, his reception was controversial. Many people were skeptical of his theory simply because it contradicted what they had always been taught. Others liked to think that they were more important than everything else, and that everything orbited around them. The Catholic Church even condemned Copernicus simply because he contradicted what the Bible said and might take away some of the focus from the Church. So it banned his book in 1616 and some years later put Galileo on trial when he defended the theory. While Copernicus's theory was not widely accepted until the 17th century, it is the theory most people follow today. Number 2. The first telescope. The first telescope was built in the year 1608 by Hans Lippershey, a spectacle maker. He tried to obtain a patent on it, but in 1609, Galileo had already built his own greatly improved version. His first telescopes had 8 to 10 times linear magnification and were built using lenses he had made himself. He then created a telescope with 20 times linear magnification, and while he probably wasn't the first to look at the night sky with it, he did use a systematic method and published what he found in a book called the Sidereus Nuncius, which contained over 70 diagrams and drawings of the moon, constellations, and the Medicean stars of Jupiter. Again, the response to his discoveries was widely varying, from disbelief and anger to appraisal. Many people said that the telescope had a lens defect and was producing illusionary points of light and images. Those people denied the existence of moons Galileo had discovered. Eventually, people began to accept the theory and the fact that there were other celestial bodies out there. Number 3. The first accurate world maps and globes. While the first maps were created around 25,000 BCE, they weren't very accurate. Sometime later, Martin Beheim, a German merchant, made the first globe in 1492. Unfortunately, it lacked any part of the Americas, countries were very disproportionately sized, and it contained some islands that didn't even exist. In 1602, however, cartographer Mattia Ricci, at request by Chinese Emperor Wan Li, produced the first world map that somewhat accurately portrayed the world. It is shown on the left. Notice that China is in the center of the map because it was commissioned by a Chinese emperor. In conclusion, these three inventions changed the way we think about the world and the universe drastically. The Copernican Revolution, led by Nicholas Copernicus, transformed the way we think about our universe. The first telescopes gave us the power to investigate the heavens and discover other celestial bodies. And the first accurate world maps and globes built on the knowledge gained by the other two inventions and let us find our way faster around the world. Thanks for watching.